Good morning, ma'am. Could you please suggest some important editorials to read today?
Yes, absolutely. There's a very important editorial in the Hindu newspaper today about digital constitutionalism. So come, let's have a look. Now the editorial is a growing shadow over digital constitutionalism. So the central government asked mobile companies to install Sanchar Sathi, a government app, on all new phones starting 2026. Now the move was rolled back after public backlash. Stakeholders raised concerns about unclear data practices, mass surveillance, and loss of privacy. And some companies also refused to implement it. Then the government has expanded surveillance efforts also, and there is a rise in Pegasus-like spyware use, digital monitoring, and enforcement actions like increased IT cases. And you can look at the data here. Cybercrimes increased from 15.9 lakh cases in 2023 to 20.4 lakh cases in 2024. Now this measures of our framework as protecting citizens, but raises big concerns about privacy and freedom. Now let's talk about what digital constitutionalism entails. So digital constitutionalism aims to extend constitutional values, transparency, accountability, freedom, justice to the digital world. As technologies like AI, data collection, and surveillance expand, these protections become essential. Without them, citizens face an invisible system controlling their lives. So that's what has been discussed in these two paragraphs. And then daily life is increasingly shaped by automated governance. Personal data is widely collected through apps, CCTVs, biometrics, and everything. And tracking, most people don't even realize constant data is being extracted from them. So everyday life is now influenced by digital governance. Automated processes mediate your customer KYC verification, welfare contribution, job applications, health care records, and even political expansion in social media. These technologies tend to operate without any significant revelation or approval from people. So India's Personal Data Collection Protection Act 2023 offers weak safeguards. It gives the state-wide exemptions, lacks strong oversight, and allows intrusive data processing in the name of security and public order. That's what has been talked about here. And then there's efficiency but less personal control. So inadequate legal system. The IT Act 2000 is outdated and cannot regulate modern technologies like AI, digital IDs, predictive policies, online platforms, or algorithm decisions. So there's a paradox. India supports democracy and individual rights in theory, but in practice, weak laws allow powerful digital systems to override rights. Surveillance becomes a routine, not an exception. And that is what has been talked about here in this paragraph. Now let us talk about the UPSC relevance of this topic. So this is very important for GS paper 2 governance perspective, then fundamental rights perspective, again GS paper 2, again then GS paper 2 government policies perspective also is very important. For GS paper 3 cyber security it becomes very important, and for GS paper 4 ethics it becomes very important. For essay also it becomes very important. If you want a deeper analysis of this editorial, please go watch our DIY video, and that's it for today. Thanks for watching.